Hey guys, Drew from Dearborn. Cool. I'm just gonna be transplanting jalapenos. Honestly, this is just gonna tell you how to transplant in case you don't already know how, though it's pretty simple. I'm just gonna be moving it from 6 packs and 2.5s. 6 packs you can normally sell for $3.50 for up to about $6, and then that's where it really starts getting out of a good range, and it won't sell as much. 3.5s you can sell for about $3.50 a piece. So you realistically, it's 6 times the profit, assuming that all your plants survive and that you are able to sell them. So it's not hard at all. Typically, what I do, I just dropped it. Guys. Anyway, grab a cup, a little bit in the bottom. With 6 packs, they're cheap little plastic. You can just pop it out. You can grab it by the stems if it's well developed enough. You'll see that I got the entire plug. There's roots down here at the bottom. Tickle them a bit. Make sure that they're, awake now. You don't want to rip them if you can help it, but get them in a point where they can spread out pretty easily. Just tuck it inside. You've heard of Mike before? Use Mike. Mike is fantastic. There's a couple places actually in town that will put a guarantee on their plants if you plant them with Mike. So you can have like a 1-year warranty on trees that you buy as long as you're using this beneficial bacteria and fungus. Basically what this guy does is he feeds the micro roots, which is about where plants get 80% of their nutrients. So these guys are fantastic for the plant. I plucked them inside. Now I'm just going to fill in the spaces right up to the drip line, and you'll see a little line. It's part design based. It looks pretty, but mostly this is just going to be a water line. So you can water it without too much fear that it's just going to overflow. For stemmed plants, ones that are going to grow upwards, I really like to pack this down. It's going to get a lot of support as it's growing up. The problem is you're going to get leggy plants regardless, especially if you're growing inside like I am. So if you can, bury them a bit every time you transplant them. Tomatoes especially. If you're going to transplant tomatoes, bury them at least an inch every time that you're transplanting, if not more. So there's extra tools that you can get. A little divot, punch a hole in the dirt, just drop in the pod. I think that's ridiculous. I don't need a tool to do it. Put it in, water it in. This helps activate the mic too. I'm going to label this guy here in a minute, but just do that with all of them. Overall, for 3 6-packs, it takes me maybe half an hour. It's not bad at all. And then you're on your way to the market. It's pretty great. Though there is one thing. U.S. law, they really, really don't like it if you sell plants where the roots aren't touching at least 3 sides of the container. So I wouldn't be able to sell this guy right now, but I could sell these because the roots are poking through the bottom, and then they're hitting actually all 4 sides. So they're hitting 5 sides of the container. With this guy isn't hitting any sides yet. Give him maybe 2 weeks. His roots are going to spread out. Hopefully within 3 weeks, he's going to start bearing fruit. Probably not, but just a hope. So if you're going to transplant, make sure you do it early enough, especially if you're going to sell these guys. Also, if you're transplanting, it's never a bad idea to cut these guys down. First greenhouse I worked at, a woman named Val Belding, love Valerie. She would cut about 80% of her plant off when transplanting. It was ridiculous. It would have been stems up to about there. And she just cut in. What that does is it really helps with the rooting. That way the plant's not stuck focusing on trying to fruit and root at the same time. This way it just roots really hardcore, gets that nutrients, and then you have a really good foundation for this plant to start growing up after that. I'm not going to cut it down just because I'm not concerned with rooting right now. I've got another 5 months until market, so these guys are definitely going to be full-size plants by the time that I get out there, assuming that all of them survive. I don't know if you guys ever caught the video where I showed off my plants before. But I started all these guys at the same time, and you can see cucumber's doing well, corn's doing fantastic. This is zucchini back here. Zucchini's killing it. It's ridiculous. I pretty much don't even need the little dowels anymore. I could unstake it and it'd stand just fine. Grow lights. I have grow lights on through most of the night. Windows, this is south facing, so it gets a lot of evening light. Then this is east facing, of course, so I get some morning light in for the softer plants. Definitely helps. This video's gone on long enough, and you guys don't actually care. So, yeah. Another awkward ending.